Hey, Callista with Avalili Permaculture and the Earth Skills Institute here. Today I just wanted to do a quick video on the importance of pruning your trees and shrubs properly. There is a right and a wrong way to do it, and there are lots of things you need to consider when you're pruning. And the reason why it's important is because if you don't prune things properly, they are either going to die or they're going to grow in a way that you are really not wanting them to grow. So this is an example right here of a few branches, more than a few, that were just kind of like pruned all willy-nilly like and kind of lobbed off in not ideal places where there was no buds available to continue growth and be able to photosynthesize on these branches, and so they are all dead now and they all need to be removed. Another example I have over here is on this apple tree, which was pruned at the wrong time of the year, which is another thing to consider. This was pruned in the fall, and you really want to do this kind of like late winter, early spring. And so this poor apple tree has just been kind of lobbed off. A lot of these branches have just been lobbed off, not strategically in any way. And the tree overall, not considering how much growth was being taken off overall. And so this tree is really going to suffer now. A lot of these branches were pruned in a way like this one right here, where there was no like buds to continue growing after it was pruned, and so that branch is now just going to become dead wood, and which will be a disease issue. This is another example. When you lob branches off like this and leave a bunch of dead wood, it becomes a point of disease and rot, and creates a harder time for the tree to heal over that pruning wound. So it is really important actually to prune your trees and shrubs the right way. So you have to cut them in the right place, and cutting them in certain places ensures growth continues. It can also shape which way or control which way the growth continues. If you take too much off and you're not paying mind of how much and where you're taking things off, you end up with either a lot of dead wood, or the whole tree or shrub might die, or it goes into like emergency survival mode and starts sprouting up growth everywhere where you don't want it to be growing. So here's another example right here. All of these grand fir trees here are growing underneath this overhead line, and they were not topped regularly to control the height, and they actually ended up growing right up into the line. That's a tree cookie right there that was cut. It grew right over the line, like around the line, so they had to cut the tree to leave that piece there because the line goes right through it. And so they probably took like 3/4 of these trees off, if not more, and so now they're suffering, and they're probably not going to make a comeback. This one here seems to be holding on a little bit, but the rest of these trees may now just be a fire hazard on the edge of the property here. So to avoid that, they should have been maintained at a height, regularly topped every year to maintain a certain height so that you're only taking off a little bit each year. Or just don't plant big trees underneath the power line. But yeah, so I just wanted to share that with you. There is a right and a wrong way to prune. There's a lot of value in making sure that you learn how to prune things properly, where, when, how much to take off. And if you don't know, there's a ton of value in bringing somebody onto your property who does know how to do it properly, so that you don't end up with any unwanted results. So that's it for this video. If you enjoyed the content and you found it helpful, please give us a like and a subscribe. And I wanted to just announce that I have officially launched my new online learning platform, the Online Earth Skills Institute platform. It is live, but it is not finished yet. So we are still uploading some courses and changing some of the text on there. It's very kind of like basic rudimentary setup at this point. But my goal for the future is to have other instructors come and share their teachings on this platform as well. Anything related to earth care, people care, future care, fair share, all of that stuff, we want to be available there. Anything for self-sufficient living and living in a good way with the land. So that website is www.earthskillsinstitute.ca. And if you have any questions or comments, please put them below. I'm happy to answer questions as often as I can, and sometimes I use them to create new video content. Thanks for the watch today. Hope to see you again soon. Bye-bye.